Captain, I can't risk a missile launch this close. You'll have to use your target indicator to give me a bug. Copy?
Energy critical.
So, the game takes place in the year 2020. We're a member of Delta Force, obviously a very elite special forces team, and we've been called in to investigate an asteroid that's crashed somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Unfortunately, we weren't first on the scene. Some North Koreans have gotten there first, and they're trying to hold the area against all incoming. So, as we leave our craft, we'll look at the kind of the style of the vehicles we have in the game, and some of the particles and stuff like that. This is a vehicle we'll be able to fly in the game, obviously, and it's a heavily armored VTOL with good offensive weapons. So, as Delta Force team, we have several good tools at our convenience. First, we have a nano suit that we can change. We can direct energy to different parts of the suit to give us different abilities. I can go to speed, which will make me faster. I can go to strength, which will give me no recoil when I use a weapon, or I can use melee fist to hurt enemies and pick up more things. Or I can use armor to give myself healing and to give me more defense if I'm so inclined. Our weapon is also customizable. I can add a silencer, I can add flashlights, I can add a grenade launcher, I can add different types of ammo. In this case, I'm going to add a tac bullet, which is basically a tranquilizer bullet, and we're going to try to go non-violent against the enemy. So I'm going to sneak up here. See what we see, and I see an enemy there. So I'm going to go to my special Delta Force binoculars, which helps me basically track enemies and put them onto my tactical radar. It helps me locate enemies, okay? So we see two guys here approaching. I'm gonna go to my tranquilizer gun, and I'm gonna tag each of them with a dart. And now, at my convenience, I can put them to sleep, which is what I'm gonna do now, basically. And now, I can change to real bullets, and simply walk up. And I can take them out without basically being caught or without any risk. So, and I can pick up their weapon too if I so choose. Obviously, we have lots of good vehicle use, carrying on the traditions of Far Cry. Here's a cool Jeep. Component damage, I just rolled down a hill. Some bad driving on my part. So what I'll do is I'll pop up and I'll use the minigun against anybody that comes in.
Now they're actually speaking Korean in this.
They're actually speaking North Korean in this, which is it's a dialect. And yeah, we wrote the lines and we had them all translated because we want to have a real immersive feel instead of having a bunch of guys speaking weird broken English. So they'll speak broken English if they recognize us as Americans, and then they try to give us commands. But otherwise they won't. Okay, so we got a little crew here. Since I'm going to try to throw a grenade in there so I can take them out. One feature obviously we're proud of is everything that looks destructible is. In fact, even the trees can be destroyed. You can even make chop wood if you want to for a fireplace, basically, if you're so inclined. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. It's getting a little hairy. I'm going to switch to my SCAR, and I'm going to give myself a grenade launcher, which will be very handy in this thing. And I'm going to take my silencer off because I need more velocity, and I'm actually going to switch to incendiary bullets, which are basically bullets filled with a little bit of napalm, so a little bit of extra warmth. Okay, so we see a guy here. And we see the grenade launcher is particularly effective against enemies that are done. As you can see, there's real clouds in the backdrop. This is all real geometry the players will eventually be able to walk into. So we don't use skyboxes. We don't use fake backdrops. All the bushes interact as you walk through them. They make noise the enemy can hear. So you need to be careful. That's why I'm using the road, because I'm actually more quiet on the road even though I'm out in the open. Everything is about tactical choices. And they also throw grenades and they use the right weapons when appropriate.
Now, can you change the difficulty on this?
Absolutely. At the beginning of the game, you'll be able to set from a novice difficulty all the way to something we like to call realistic, which is basically the enemies do the same damage. As you can see, this guy's ducking behind a log, and that log fell down. So they dynamically use what they're given.
Now, right here, you're up against a whole bunch of North Koreans. Are you alone, or do you have a team behind you?
Some missions, we will have a couple of squad mates with us. Basically, they'll go along and they'll help us, and they'll assist in certain types of missions because they're all specialists in certain things. So that's Crysis.
Now, what about cooperative play, or not? Well, is there cooperative play mode?
No, we'll have no co-op play.
And what about skirmishes, battling your friends online?
We're going to have a very strong multiplayer component to the game that I hope everybody will be happy with.
Now, on every new game, do the enemies spawn in sort of a different place, or they stay in the same place?
No, they're placed realistically, and they're given jobs to do. Like, for instance, those guys are to watch out for anybody that comes, and every now and then the commander will come over and talk to him and check on him, and he'll salute, and the guy may smoke, the guy may yawn, he may do stuff, basically, but he'll behave naturally. Some guys may be fixing things, some guys may be setting up a mounted gun, but everybody will have natural behaviors that match what's going on.
Will you see enemy soldiers sleeping?
We may see some guys sleeping. There may be an enemy camp or two in the game, so I won't tell anything specific, but there may be some guys sleeping, and we can put them to sleep too. So we'll definitely we can make them sleep.
Energy.
Hold on, sir. I'll get you out. There's no time, son. You're gonna have to save these people. At the top of the stairs, there's something that can help you. Now go! Oh, Christ, there's somebody in there. Hold on! That won't be necessary, soldier. Stand back. Holy shit.
I don't have any of those stuff. It's actually a rainbow there. If you can see the colors, depends on how the sun hits it. So. All this is real too. That's not a backdrop. So basically, if you go walk over there, it's to say it's woods, just like this area. That one didn't fall. I chopped it too. Frozen the entire area under the sphere for whatever their little reason is. It'll all be shatterable basically instead of breakable.
Command says to enter the ice sphere from the top of the hill. The shell is thinnest there. Look out, you got plenty tangos between here and that sphere. Good luck, Vulture 13 out.
Risk a missile launch this close. You have to use your target indicator to get me a log. Copy?
Okay, what I'm showing you here is a single player build from Crysis, and it's part of a real level from the game. So we took off, we blocked off a section from a complete level which starts somewhere back there, behind that ridge here, or depending on the way the previous level ended, you could also come in over that little pass over there, like over here, because most levels give you the freedom to end them in different ways, and depending on how you play the game. So if you play it action-wise or stealth-wise, there's always a possibility, not in all levels, but some levels that you have an alternate starting point, an alternate spawn point. What we're showing here is 3 small action bubbles from a real level. So if you had played the real game, you would have been in combat for like 20-30 minutes to get to this point, and we made it a bit easier for the demo. So normally I couldn't stand in the middle of the road like this for a long time, but as it's a demo, we sort of took out some of the enemies and make it easy to do. So I'll just move on. My task is to infiltrate this giant sphere here, which has been generated by the mysterious object that landed on the island and turned out to be an alien spaceship. And my orders are to get in and find out what the hell is going on inside, because nobody knows at this point. And the North Koreans, which are still the bad guys in the game at this point, are trying to keep me from entering it. So they have set up an ambush somewhere over there, and I'm trying to find a way into that. Later in the game, when it is revealed that it's an alien presence, the North Koreans and the United States will actually form an alliance and fight together against the alien threat. So as you can see here, there's a couple of ways to go through the level. Very obviously, we have one road down here, which leads right into the ambush. We have another pass here, past this beautiful waterfall, which is more like the kind of sneaky route. And we hint that to the players. So if you look ahead, the most obvious route is mostly the most direct one, but also the most dangerous one. And same as in Far Cry, we have the binoculars gameplay. So you can tag enemies on your binoculars to get a point on the radar, which tells you about their state of alarm and their position. So I just took out this guard here. I hope silently. Oh no, they made me. I think I might as well take off my silencer.
Aber 6 and the 7 periods where we are making another big difference, hopefully, with Crysis. Well, after delving Far Cry, we were kind of, some team members were tired of jungles because I've been working 3 years and living and researching jungles for about the same time frame in tropical environments. So some of them were tired, but at the same time I said I want to do something new, a new imagery. In every game starts kind of a perfect screenshot. So we illustrate something which is a perfect screenshot and we start from there. Aliens and mutants against it. Okay, what kind of aggressor and enemy we could have in our game? So we would pick aliens as the most favorite enemy of gaming, of history of gaming, and we said once we pick the alien as an enemy game, let's pick the enemy as one which
means he's got the latest bad-ass equipment that exists, and basically he's got a lot of prototype equipment, even futuristic prototype equipment. So we're going to see stuff, whereas our game definitely has a contemporary military feel, it's going to have elements of it that are pure killer sci-fi.
Number of vehicles piloted by an alien, but whenever they get attacked and destroyed, they actually self-destruct themselves in order not to have technology survive their presence. Their motivation are of interesting nature. Their technology are of interesting nature, which you're going to use actually. You're going to use the technology against them at one point. You're going to know their ecosystem and understand their race and actually fight within that systems to defeat them as well. And the aliens won't talk. The aliens won't take a connection to you. But their intent.
In the year 2021, a mysterious asteroid crashes on a remote tropical island. Quick to respond, the North Korean government occupies and secures the crash site. Now you, as part of an elite US Delta Force squad, are sent in on a recon mission to determine why this extinction-level event has not thrown the world back into another ice age. Shortly after arriving, intrigue turns to horror as a giant beam erupts from the asteroid, creating a sphere that flash freezes everything within its ever-expanding boundary. Tropical paradise turns frozen wasteland. It soon becomes apparent that a simple recon mission turns into a war for human survival. You and your squad are now at the front lines of an immense alien invasion. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. To succeed in Crysis, you will need to plan your attack. The intelligent and cunning AI adapt to changing environment conditions, forcing the player to use more than regular run-and-gun techniques. Landing in the hot zone, you must quickly assess the situation. A strategic approach is the key to mission success. Run and gun is definitely an option here, but you better be good. Equipped with a highly specialized assault rifle known as the SCAR, players will have at their disposal a weapon for any situation. Using a rail system, the SCAR is fully customizable with a selection of scopes, silencer, ammo and grenades, allowing the player to tailor their attack on the fly. An exciting new innovation in Crysis is the TAC, or tactical ammo. When faced with several enemies, the TAC ammo allows you to plant a specialized projectile under the skin of several unknowing enemy soldiers, and using a timed release, drop them all in one go. For the ultimate in stealth infiltration, the TAC ammo also allows you to down an enemy once he's walked behind cover, avoiding detection from his squad mates. For a less subtle approach, how about switching to a little incendiary ammo? As an elite soldier in the future, the player will have access to a highly advanced nano combat suit. The suit is upgraded throughout the game with armor attachments, active camouflage system, thrusters, breather pack, temperature control, a muscular exoskeleton, and gravity boots. The player can control the energy levels for speed, armor, regeneration, and strength, and adjust them in real time. You'll always be ready for the heat of the battle. Apart from allowing you to survive in the hostile frozen environment, the suit will allow the player to augment many basic abilities. Run out of ammo? Simply dial up your strength and take out your enemies with your bare hands. What if the enemy has you backed into a corner? Dial up your speed to make a rapid escape. Or dial up your armor to allow you more time to stay and fight it out. There are several routes that will allow you to reach your goal, although sometimes the most obvious and direct are not always the safest. Here, as you drive the Jeep towards the ice sphere, the Korean army ambush you by blowing a tree with some carefully placed C4 explosives. The game is designed to allow the player to dictate their own route. A more stealthy path up the hill might lead to a machine gun post where you can take out the enemies as they lie in wait for you. The physicalized environment in Crysis is realistic, with the trees being fully destructible. You must always be aware of your surroundings. Now that leaves and grass move around you, your enemies will have another indicator to spot your position, not to mention the sound you make passing through the undergrowth. Crysis will push environmental interactivity to whole new levels, not only with organic matter, but also with man-made objects. Vehicles will be fully interactive and destructible. Once you've reached your desired location, simply shoot a tire, a panel, or blow the petrol tank. Each action will have a different effect. Using cover is always a good tactical move, but destroying your enemy's cover can be equally effective. Once entering the alien sphere, the true battle begins. It's man versus his ultimate adversary. They are here to harvest and feed upon our fears. The outcome of this invasion is up to you.
Maximum speed. Energy critical. Maximum strength.
어딜 플래시를 조심하라! 쏴 죽여! 하리존을 숨어있기는 힘들 게야. 하리존을 숨어있기는 힘들 게야. 보호해줘! 불을 붙여! 날아갔어! 명 잃었어!
Maximum speed.
사람을 잡으라!
Maximum strength.
까먹게 말이다! 나오라! 안 돼! 그놈들이 그를 쐈어! 그냥 수영!
Hi, this is Jack Mamias, lead designer of Crysis. I'm here with Bernd Diemer, and we're playing our newest level that we've just made for the CES, and we're introducing for the first time. It's kind of a little portion of another level we've been working on, and for this purposes we've called it our suit demonstration level because it really shows the features of the nano muscle suit we're introducing in Crysis. So what Bernd's going to do, he's going to kind of get to the top of this hill and kind of look over the rise and get a good idea of what he's facing. So, and a good example of our tactical gameplay, which we call Vini Vidi Vici gameplay, which you observe, you act, and you conquer is the way we like it. So as we come up here, he's going to use his special binoculars. He's hiding in the bushes real good, and as we see with the binoculars, as you spot people, these guys are waxing a truck or something. As you spot people, they get locked into your radar, and then you get a really good tactical awareness of what's going on. So as we look over the camp, we can see various guys are kind of smoking or ambient behavior, things appropriate to what they should be doing, and we see we got a little sniper in the tower. So what we can do is our real-time modification of our weapon, we can bring it up, and we can actually choose to put a sniper scope on it and a silencer so we can try to avoid the guys finding out what we're doing or where our position is. So he drops the guy in the tower, but unfortunately it's kind of roused the attention of the guys in the village, so they're coming to find me. So now we're going to pull the silencer off so we have higher velocity bullets and go to an assault scope, which is better for a medium assault, and he's going to move in and attack the village. As you can see, he changed his mode to a speed mode, which enables him to go very fast, but makes him very vulnerable to bullets. So you have to decide if you want to move fast, you've got to risk the fact that you can be taken out quickly. So he's moving here, guys are moving in on his position. Anytime a guy fires on us, they actually appear on the radar, so we always have a good idea of where they are and what they're doing, basically, when they become a threat to us. And this is all a function of our nanosuit. Our nanosuit has a tactical awareness that helps you basically understand your surroundings and how you can defeat it. As you can see, he knocked a hole in the roof. Most of our items are destructible, just like real life, basically. If it looks like it can be destroyed, you can destroy it. So there, he's just pistol whipped the guy because he thought it was really funny, and he knocked another guy down by using his strength mode on the nanosuit. We've got fully realized vehicles in Crysis. Here, some guys have just come as reinforcements responding to you being caught. Bernd's going to respond by picking up a trash can and hopefully knocking him out. There we go, even knocked the Jeep over. So big throw with the strength of the nanosuit. So as you can see, he's constantly moving from strength to armor, because armor also heals you while you're playing. So if you get hurt too much, you want to absorb bullets, you go for the armor. If you want to go fast, you go for the speed. And if you want to jump high and you want to punch people, you go for the strength. So it's really how you want to play. So all this excitement has stirred up a little our futuristic Hind type helicopter, basically. Since this is in the year 2021, this is a next generation of North Korean attack helicopter. And there's many ways to kill it, basically. All of our vehicles have component damage. When Burns shot at it, obviously you could see that he hit a missile pod and it destroyed it and did some hull damage to it. So it's a little weaker now. He's coming in, he's firing full load with his chain gun, but in the right circumstances, he'll also switch to missiles and go at you with missiles, full blast. So we happen to know in this little shed, there's a little cache of rocket launchers that should prove helpful to anti-helicopter warfare. So he's gonna pick these up. Look at the shadows to make sure where the helicopter is, and then nice little hit there. So the helicopter's now taking heavy damage. His rotor's a little damaged. He's finding it harder to fly. It's a little easier to deal with him once you've done some component damage. But those are made for war, so they can hang in there and they can take some good damage from your RLs or as you can see here, he's lighted up with a 50 caliber. And there he goes, he's dropped the helicopter. And upon completion of destroying the helicopter, he's won the level. So that's Crysis.
A little introduction, how easy and fast it is to create all the different types of level elements within the CryEngine 2 editor. We have here in our environment system now a quite longer view distance. It's not just like maybe in other engines 1,000 kilometers with a big fog effect like this that you can see up here, 1 kilometer, but we have up to 16 kilometers view distance without slowdown, because we got a integrated LOD system, so the terrain is optimized and the trees are optimized. So even though we have 2 million polygons on screen, its frame rate is pretty good. So together with this long view distance, we thought about integrating a really 3D cloud system, so you can actually move inside the clouds, or they travel around, so they are not statically baked into the skybox anymore. Let's move down a bit. Maybe here to the city. Let me show you the how we light the level. The lighting is done with our time of day lighting system. So you can say where the sun should rise, and you can say how bright it is, and what type of fog settings you can have. 0.5 maybe. As you move to the night, we get a star map. That's not a texture of the stars. It's a really it's a generated texture based on a position where you are on the Earth. So the sky map automatically updates them. Also, you might notice the shadows are updating in real time. They are really, smooth, soft shadows. So even though they are real time, there's not a disadvantage using them. It's a huge benefit. It allows us to have fully destructible environments, as the shadows will update in real time, and there's no missed it. Okay, I got you. So, but you can see how nicely the shadows are updating, and there's no baking into this. Let's talk a little bit more about destructible environments. For example, for buildings, we defined certain breakpoints. For example, here at this point, the building can break. So this is all set up by artists. They tell you where it should break. Let's throw some hand grenades, and bada boom, it breaks. And you see basically all the shadows here getting updated. There's no and they are resting, so there's no intersection happening anymore. About the creation tools, we get the integrated vegetation system, and the vegetation system allows the designer to literally paint forests and other type of natural environments based on certain functions, for example density or the elevation. So obviously underwater there should not be trees growing, so with all this set up and almost just one mouse click, you build your little forest. Let's make this not so fast. You build your little forest, and you can move around certain elements, rotate them, and make basically the forest as dense as you want to have them. Then on the ground, there's obviously right now there's grass. Let's turn on the procedural vegetation. So these are distributed objects based on the ground coverage. For example, if I paint the forest texture, I define within the vegetation system there should be little plants growing on them, and I can also define how dense this should be. For example, let's change the density to a bit more, and there will be more plants growing here, or put it back and make the size variation different, general size different, and they automatically update in real time. It's a huge benefit when creating levels to have all these controls, so you can tweak them and define them depending on how dense you want to have the combat here in the section. About the terrain modification, we get different tools. For example, the normal terrain sculpting tool is like here. You modify the height map, and you can say, oh, I want to have it this high. Oh, I want to cut in here some mountain, and the shading obviously get also updated in real time. You build a flat section, and you paint on this section, for example, grass. And what you can do is you can say where the texture should be painted on. For example, this one I allow only to paint on a slope up to 45 degrees. So I paint here, and even though my cursor is over the steep section, it doesn't get painted there. Whereas on the other side, if I paint the cliff is just from 45 to 90 degree angle. So even if I paint on the grass, it's not painted on. So you can pretty quickly texture a level with these functions. As you might know, the height map is just a 2D thing that is extended up, and we can create mountains that are up to 10 kilometers high. We also have a voxel tool, and the voxel tool allows us to build 3D terrain, really 3D terrain, where stuff goes out of the height map, like for example here, or inside the height map, like we use for caves or other kind of cool phenomena. Inside here you can obviously also texture this or smooth it out. Then you walk inside and the geometry automatically got updated. So there's no slowdown, no re-exporting. All this is pretty easy to sculpt out.
was supposed to be a routine mission. Arrive in stealth, Secure your objective and leave without a trace. But something went wrong. Very wrong. Something that no one on Earth could have expected.
You believe this?
Something that'll turn your routine mission into mankind's most important battle.
Now that I'd like to see.
What the hell's going on down there?
Crysis, coming soon.
Listen up, gentlemen. Our job is to locate and evacuate. We're not at war here.
Raptor team, we're beginning approach.
We exist for missions like this.
This is Dr. Helena Rosenthal. The North Koreans have assumed control.
Secure American hostages. Extract them from hostile territories. Maximum strength. And defuse volatile situations.
Nomad, you've got trouble inbound.
Maximum armor. Cloak engaged. The mission that lies ahead will be our ultimate test.
Copy, Nomad. We'll move out just as soon as you've secured the hostage.
Prophet, we've located one of the archaeologists.
Something doesn't want us here. Something out there is killing people.
But we're beginning to realize that we're not alone.
Our job is to find those people, and that's what we're going to do.
Something else is on this island. And if it gets through us, nothing will stop it.